How's it going, friends? Today I'm bringing you this Combos washing machine, and just look at the washer, see how it is. It's way too full of water. In fact, it's overflowing, so it keeps filling up. And if I press the switch again, which is the door switch using a flathead screwdriver, it keeps filling. At the top, let's take a look, and we can see that it's set to size. It was set to small, but it's not controlling anything. I put the flathead screwdriver back in again, and it keeps filling. So it's not detecting the water level. So let's drain this washing machine so we can keep running some tests, okay? To figure out what's going on. So we're going to drain all this water and start taking apart the front section, which is a slanted cover with 3 Phillips screws. Once those screws are removed, we'll take off these clips here, 1 at each end, so 2 in total. And we're going to remove 4/4-inch hex screws, which are these plates right here, these metal brackets. Once that's done, we can access the 2 gold-colored clips here, which are a bit larger and provide more security, and a tighter fit for the top cover, okay? So once this is done, we pull it towards us, okay, and the switch and the door will be completely disconnected. Here on the right at the bottom, there's a hose. That hose is the one that, through air, detects the water level. Here it was disconnected because I had already unplugged it. We're going to run some tests with it, and what we'll do is blow into it. But first, since we removed the top cover, we need to activate the door switch again. So we're going to make a bridge and insert it into the 2 outermost holes, the one on the far right and the one on the far left, okay? We just insert that, and it's as if the door were closed. So once that's done, we turn on the water in any cycle and blow into it. When we blow, we see that it's working, the washing cycle is starting. But then why is it working now, and why didn't it work for the lady Waleg and instead the water overflowed? Okay, so this means that the hose could be broken somewhere, but since when we blow, we have a bit more air pressure, it manages to activate it. Here everything seems to be fine, but actually it isn't. And we can see the pressure switch here on the right side, but we also see the hose, and the hose is being pinched. It's being pinched by this gray panel, between the gray panel and the white panel of the frame. And we can see that it's all worn out, a bit thinner, and at some point someone did maintenance or a repair on the dryer, and when they put it back together, they assembled it with this hose being pinched. So we're going to use these 2 connections to a 3/8-inch tube and the 3/8 push fit connectors, which are for air or water. They seal extremely well, this type of connection. So well, let's measure, and this is how the 2 push fit or quick connect fittings would look, okay? This is only for air. Because if we were to do it the other way, by replacing the entire hose, we would have to completely disassemble both the washer and the dryer, okay? So this is the solution. So while we reassemble everything, here at the top there are 3 screws that hold the control panel in place. I hadn't shown you that before. But anyway, now you know that the control panel is just those 3 screws, and you pull it forward. We reconnect the hoses to the pressure switch, making sure everything is in order. And now we're going to press play. On low size, small load, we can see that it's working. Let's go back to medium, and we see that it's also working. And then we return it to the minimum and see that it again detects that the water level is correct. But what's happening? We're noticing that this part of the middle agitator isn't moving. It's not turning the screw to the right. Look, even with my finger, it doesn't move at all. The finger just stays there as normal. So let's remove the top part, and then we take out that cap, remove a 7/16 head screw, and pull upwards. Once we pull upwards, we need to step down a little with our feet to be able to hold the 2 parts of the agitator in place and remove the top one, okay? Separate them into 2 pieces. As you can see, those parts are completely yellowed from age. They're supposed to be a bit whiter. And besides that, they're all broken and worn out. That's why the agitator isn't working properly. It should spin freely to the right, but it shouldn't spin to the left. So once that's done, we put all the pieces back in their place. Remember that these pieces go facing down, and we have to fit it 2 tabs right at the top. So once the piece is fitted in, let's see how it works. It moves smoothly to the right, but if when we try to turn it to the left, it doesn't spin. Now we put everything back in place again, and look, the agitator is now working properly. Now the clothes are actually being washed properly because the agitator, that screw, pushes the clothes down to the bottom of the tub. So we put everything back the way it was to make it work. The bridge, we mount it on the top, we fasten the hooks and plug it in. And now we're going to test this washing machine to see how it's working. Here we can see that it was washing. When you lift the lid, obviously it stops. Let's change the load type, and it should be filling with water and should stop when the lid is opened. Perfect. So, well friends, that's all for this video.